out that way. Back here at home, though, things are extremely dry, which those drought conditions continue. The allergies continue.
You know, we should get that drought monitor out to you later on today. Typically Thursday, before the noon show, they issue it out. So we'll get you those updates. I do anticipate that drought to be a little bit worse as we are still waiting on some much needed rainfall.
Yes, especially since we ended September very dry, barely even made it to half an inch of rain in the entire month. Here's to hoping we get something, even if it has to be later on in October, because unfortunately in the extended, it does look very dry. But as you can see there, as you're heading out the door, it is just a nice, quiet, calm start to your Thursday morning. We are very close to the end of the week, eventually the weekend. If you do have any plans to be outdoors all throughout the next few days, hanging out, it's going to get a little toasty as we go towards your afternoon. So this is all part of Wade's RV Weather Camera Network. Winds are remaining calm out of the south, could range between 10 to 15 miles per hour as we look for the next few hours. So do keep that in mind. But unfortunately, because they are from the south, they're just going to continue to boost those temperatures. Very just similar next few days, just copy and paste type of forecast. But right now, Tulsa, we're at 66 degrees, but just out towards the east, we're seeing some 50s out there, even down towards our southern counties, McAllister, Wilburton at 58 degrees. Here in Green Country, we're seeing quiet conditions really just all across the U.S., just ranging. I mean, hoping we could be up there seeing some 40s in this morning. But as you can see, Phoenix 86. So we're not bad, actually, just seeing that temperature. Not a bad start for us here, but where it is busy is the Atlantic. We do have meteorologist Annie Brown with a look at what we're seeing in the tropics.
Yeah, Emma, 2 named storms now in the Atlantic. Kirk still remains, and now we have Tropical Storm Leslie. Let's take a look at these and track what we're seeing. Kirk is now a Category 3 hurricane, and it does continue to meander out into the Atlantic. Leslie, you can see, is just behind it, but let's get to Kirk first. Likely to become a Category 4 hurricane, so it's a major hurricane by this afternoon and then continuing all the way until Saturday morning, then back to a Category 3. Thankfully, this looks to remain out into the ocean. It's not looking to impact any land, so that's great news there. Let's take it back to Leslie. Leslie will follow right behind, but watch what happens. Leslie takes more of a westerly trend before jetting northward. It will become a Category 1 by Saturday and then a Category 2 by Sunday. So something we're continuing to watch as it is following behind Kirk. Now, again, right now it is a tropical storm, but it will become a hurricane. Meanwhile, over into the Gulf, we have a lemon out of this, which this is a good news here, as we are seeing a 30% chance of formation in the next 7 days. Emma, that did drop from that 40% that you were talking yesterday. So right now it could just be some showers and thunderstorms. Hopefully that activity remains on the lower end or continues to stay in that lemon phase.
Well, that's the good news there, and we're just hoping. Of course, we could see some heavier rainfalls, but at least it looks to remain on that lower side. But back here at home, once again, expect those temperatures to stay in those lower 90s by 3 o'clock later on this afternoon. So if you are planning to go out to the fair, it's going to be a little toasty out there. Maybe enjoy some ice cold lemonade at lower 90s for today. By Friday, we're going to keep those lower 90s really just all 3 days. Now, Sunday is the last day of the fair, and that's when we do have a front that's going to be trying to move in the area. So tomorrow morning, low 60s, and then expect those 90s to continue. Now, depending on the front, really the timing, we could see some 90s and we could also see some upper 80s. And after all that, we will finally drop into those lower 80s for the start of next week. And then that's when those lows tend to drop back into those lower 50s for the start of Tuesday. So hopefully we maintain temperatures, but as of now, it still looks to remain above average.